divine presence of Bhagavan Swaminarayan and in the equally divine presence of the great avatars who have continued to bless our earth, our lives and our homes, but also in the most revered presence of my spiritual guru, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, Mahan Swami Maharaj, and the most cherished presence of our master and teacher, Sri Arunji. But more importantly, all of you who have gathered here with utmost faith, love, devotion, to actually not just learn the Gayathri mantra, but to actually earn the blessings of the divine by learning the mantra that has given so much to this world and to the world of spirituality. You might ask me that, Swamiji, what can just one mantra do? Well, I don't need to show you so many instances in history. A single formula of E equals mc square, which was invented by Einstein, a human being, has been able to actually bring the whole world on the point of destruction through atomic energy and nuclear bombs. When I asked this question to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, for the first time I had met him in 2001 in Bhuj after the earthquake. What a wise man, what a humble man, one of the finest and the most loved presidents that India has ever produced, and one of the greatest leaders that the world admires. I had asked Dr. Kalam when I had met him, as he had come to see some of the rehabilitation work we had done after the Gujarat earthquake. I asked him, I said, Dr. Kalam, when Robert Oppenheimer, he detonated the first atomic bomb in New Mexico, and when everybody was asked to stay almost 10 kilometers away from the point of explosion, and when the mushroom cloud developed across the horizon, there was a huge thunder. Vibrations could be felt for miles and miles. The first civilian closest to the site of detonation was Dr. Oppenheimer. And at that time, reporters saw him hold a pole to steady himself because of the shattering power and vibration. That's when the reporters asked him that you leant on the pole to stabilize yourself when the bomb exploded. But what was the first thought that came to your mind? And Robert Oppenheimer tells the reporters, world at large, that the first mantra that came to my mind was from the Gita, time I am the shatterer of the world. That's what Lord Krishna has said. If a Western scientist on one of the greatest discoveries of his time leans upon the Gita to balance himself from inside, then I think we Indians should also take pride in the great mantras that our legacy has given us. We need to understand, if the wisest and the greatest of the world refer to us, lean upon our Shastras, upon our Vedas, upon the Gita, upon our Upanishads, and great wisdom that our forefathers have given to us. When I asked this to Dr. Kalam, look at the answer he gave. He said, Swamiji, The power of God is not to destroy. The power of God is to give life. And the real power of divinity is to unite and harmonize. And that's when I think that if the power of the Gayathri mantra can harmonize our mind, harmonize our life, harmonize our energies, harmonize nature, harmonize our world, and harmonize of all the energies of your forefathers and future generations, I think it's worth not just learning, but earning from the greatest mantra that you can imagine. Even if you chant the mantra just for the sake, the mantra will do its duty. Even if you chant the mantra just for academic reasons, the mantra will do its duty. It's alive. It will change. And the great mantras and the love that you leave behind when you chant, that is the life of the mandir. The mandir is not just stone and beautiful carvings. Yes, they are there. The mandir is not just a great grand achievement. The mandir is alive and beating and a conscious because of the love and prayers all the pilgrims who come and leave behind. I say it with a very gently and lovingly and very lightly that there are some people who collect stamps. You know, when we were young, we used to collect stamps. Sometimes some bigger people collect coins. There are some people who would collect, once you get rich, they collect cars. There are some people, the rich of the rich, they collect islands, they own islands, they feel, oh, I have this island, this island, this island. People collect things. But I say the mandir is a place which collects hearts. You can take everything back, but leave your heart and your love and prayers behind. That's how it grows. And never underestimate what a genuine spiritual mantra can do. Let me remind you of one of the greatest scientists the world has seen. His name is Dr. Charles Steinmetz. You might be wondering that, Swami, I haven't heard of him. We've not hardly heard of it. Those of you who are electrical engineers or have something to do with electricity, you'll know who Dr. Charles Steinmetz is. He is the one who worked out the equation of converting DC current into AC. And because of alternative currents, you could actually transmit electricity for thousands and thousands of miles. It was he who brought these calculations and this formula which actually amazed the world, and it has created the world that we see. Dr. Charles Steinmetz was asked, please bear with me, he was asked that in 50 years to come, what lines in science will you see the greatest progress in? How do you think the world will develop in 50 years to come? Do you know what he says? That in 50 years to come, men and women will realize that material things do not bring the happiness that it keeps promising. In 50 years to come, we will realize that education does not develop the human spirit in the way it should. In 50 years to come, we will realize that there is something deeper, more invisible that the world needs. And when that day comes, Dr. Charles Steinmetz quotes, when that day comes, the scientists will turn the laboratories onto the study of God and prayer. And when that day comes, we shall see more advancement in one generation than in the last hundreds of generations. Of course, we have progressed and reached the moon. Of course, we have progressed and reached Mars. Of course, we have progressed and split the atom. And of course, we have progressed and mastered nanotechnology. Of course, we have progressed and we are going to go and actually explore AI. But what about mastering your own thoughts? What about exploring the space within your heart? And what about bringing back that faith that we lose so often? What about hoping higher than hope and having this faith stronger than faith? For that, you need the great mantras. For that, you need the Upanishads. For that, we need the Vedas. For that, we need the spiritual enlightenment that India is so rich in. Whoever I meet, they feel there is a depth in our culture and our wisdom which is not available easy on the market of the global world. Be proud. Be happy. Is the way you carry yourself, the way you have your dignity that affects and decides. Let me ask you, all of you, and if you logically agree with me, then join with all your heart in the sessions that happen after this. Suppose we go out of this mandir, okay, conjecture, and we are all in it together. You have to answer yes or no. There's no test, everybody is correct. Suppose you go out from this temple and you are walking on Sheikh Zayed Road. Okay? And you meet a man, a holy man like me. Not me, but a holy man like me. And that person tells you that I can give you anything that you want. Anything that you say, I can give you. And it's for free. So suppose he says, whatever you wish, I can give you free, and then he puts a condition that I can give you free clothes, branded clothes. The most expensive clothes that would be worth about 100,000 dirham. Your shirt, your trouser, for women their own clothes. I can give you a super branded pair of clothes free of cost. Would you say yes or no? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You'll have one or two people saying no, but put your hand on your heart, come on. This is a temple, don't lie, because if you say no, then even those that you have will disappear. So suppose somebody says, I'll give you free clothes, branded clothes worth 100,000 dirham. 90% of us would say yes. Okay, they're coming in free, what's wrong? Even I will say yes, and then I will give it to somebody else. What's wrong if somebody is coming and giving you as a gift? I'll give it to somebody else because we don't wear. But he says under one condition, I'll give you free, beautiful clothes. But under one condition, that I will take a knife and put a scar on your cheek. Would you say yes or no now? Say it loudly. What's the use of having beautiful clothes when you have an ugly face? Are you with me? Clothes are important, but more important than clothes is, say it loudly, beauty. Don't be ashamed. Otherwise, cosmetic peoples have told me that, Swami, the largest and the surest earning products are all cosmetic. And the surest selling cream is fairness cream. We all know that you're not going to get whiter, but we still apply it. And even if I'm telling you right now, you are still going to go home and apply it. Your color of your skin is because of the melanin inside. Nothing to do with the cream that you apply. But, okay, we value clothes, but more important than clothes is beauty. Agreed or not? Say yes or no. Agreed. Okay? Say it loudly. But suppose this man says, I've come to please you. I'll give you free clothes, 100,000 dirham ke, and I'll give you a beauty. I'll make you young again, get all your hair back. I'll make you beautiful. Even the elderly people. And the face of your dream will be blessed upon you. For free. All of us would say yes. We value clothes, but more important than clothes is beauty. So we'll say yes, everybody. Who doesn't want to be young and immortal for life? The face. Then he says, okay, under one condition, I'll give you free clothes, free beauty, but I'll put a terminal disease in your body, like cancer, AIDS. Would you agree? Say it loudly. No. Because clothes are important, more important than clothes is beauty. More important than beauty is health. What's the point if you are Mr. World or Miss World, but then all your life you have to remain in hospital with either AIDS or cancer? What's the point? I rather have an average face and average clothes, but good health. Clothes are important, but more important than clothes is beauty, but more important than beauty is health. Correct? Yes or no? This is the mandir. Everything is going to come to your way. Don't worry. Everything is coming your way. But suppose this Swami tells you on the streets that I'll give you free clothes, free beauty, free health, like Mr. Universe. You know? Because God always balances it out. Those who are beautiful don't have muscles, and those who have muscles don't have a face. He always keeps things half away, half away, half away. So we need everything. But he says, I'll give you free clothes, free beauty, and free health. No disease even in your nail. Disease-free body. He says, under one condition. Are you ready? I will just take away the stability of your mind. No. I'll take away the stability of your mind, make you a madman. Will you accept? What's the use of clothes if you are cracker? You'll take them off. What's the use of beauty if you are mad? Nobody's going to connect to you. Nobody's going to listen to you. What's the use of good health if you are mad? You'll use your muscles to destroy people, destroy things. So we realize that the stability of the mind is even more important than clothes, more important than beauty, more important than health is the stability of your mind. But suppose this man says that I have the energy of God and I'll give you free clothes, free beauty, free health and free mind. You'll tell me, Swami, then we don't need you or God. We are happy, we don't need anybody, we don't need any mantras, we don't need any chanting. Then he says under one condition, that I'll take away your soul. You'll be dead. What keeps you alive? Not your mind, your soul. Today they have preserved the brain of Einstein in Princeton University. But even if you give it electric shocks, it doesn't produce anything. What's the use of decorating a body? Of massaging a body? Putting in ornaments on the body if it's dead? The people that you love and you keep saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, the moment they die, of course you will cry. But you are the one who's going to go and put that into the fire. After the soul departs, your mind is of no use, your money is of no use, your clothes are of no use, your beauty is of no use. So clothes are important, beauty is important, health is important, mind is important, most important is your spiritual soul. And the Gayatri mantra is actually nourishing your spiritual soul. When somebody asks you, where were you this whole Sunday, you must say, I was there at the most important meeting of my life. I was meeting myself, my soul and my energy. And what better place than a mandir to continue with this great venture, this great task, this great endeavor, this great sadhana that all of you are doing. Whatever you do here, will be blessed with multifold rewards. You will not even imagine. In this temple, I always say, people tell me, Swami, this is like an impossible dream. People say this is like a miracle. Some people have told me that, Swami, even in Satyuga, there was not a temple here. People keep thinking that you have brought the heavens back on earth. But I want to tell you, the greatest miracle of this temple is not the temple, it's each one of you. When you decide that you have faith, when you decide that you have hope, when you feel that you have the energy of God with you, there is no end to the miracle that you will produce with your own life. Go back from this temple, go back from this session with greater faith and belief in yourself, because the gods are with you. Remain with yourself. Today is my prayer that bring out the impossible thoughts in this place as you chant the mantra. Learn the mantra, but earn the grace of the Gurus and our God. This is our prayer. Thank you very much for being here. Have great darshan and be a part of this great vision. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.